Good morning, you may be seated. Today's chapel is a little bit different than our other ones. This is our NHS National Honor Society induction, which we will be following the format and the induction ceremony in just a minute once we get through the welcome announcements. Next Tuesday is the Chick-fil-A fundraiser for the varsity basketball teams. This weekend, the varsity basketball teams will be competing in the regional tournament that we are hosting. The teams have to win, I think, at least one game to qualify for state, and then beyond that, we'll be playing for seeding at the state tournament, which is next week. So the fundraiser helped offset some of those costs. I want to congratulate Michaela for winning our school spelling bee. So congratulations, Michaela. She will be competing in this. She'll be competing in the South Texas Regional Spelling Bee. It's an online bee this year, unfortunately. I think the online one is a little bit kind of a funky format, but she'll be competing on behalf of Annapolis when we get back from break. Those in the 7th and 8th grade that qualified for the regional speech meet, that's going to be March 4th at River Hills Christian Academy. That's on Saturday, March 4th. So keep practicing your speeches. And then after we get back from break, which is next week, when we get back from break, those top 4 spellers from each house, the house sends their spelling champions to a house spelling bee, and that will be the week we get back from break. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Belcher to come up. He is going to talk about an exciting piece, another team that we are competing with again that we did last year. So, Mr.
Thank you. If you were in my STEM elective, one of the honored 7 last year, if you were in my STEM elective last year, would you stand up? Last year I was mean and I forced 7 students to compete in a drone racing competition. We also roped in Holly, go ahead and stand up too. And with the pluck and courage that they had, they won 1st and 2nd place in multiple divisions in the Educational Services South Texas Region drone competition. We're going to do that again this year, but it's going to be open to any high school students. I believe we're also going to field a junior high school team as well. So if you are interested in following in these fine ladies and fellows' footsteps and bringing home more trophies and playing a bunch of really awesome real-life video games with real drones, you can sign up with me or Mr. Smith, and we're going to have some after-school practices, probably starting up as soon as we come back from winter break. There'll be flyers up around campus with more information for you by the end of the day. So thank you very much, and I look forward to your signups.
That competition will be coming up in mid-March, and it'll be at Windsor Park. So they've changed the venue of it too. Instead of a small little conference room, it'll be a full gym, so it'll be more exciting. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Floyd, who is our National Honor Society advisor, and our current NHS officers who are on stage. I'd like to welcome them, so please welcome Mrs. Floyd.
Thank you, Mr. Lockyer. Mr. Lockyer, fellow faculty, parents, guests, and students, welcome to the 2023 National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are therefore being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among us as guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence that you too are charged with as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program.
Our chapter is proud to be inducting these new members with today's ceremony, indicating the continuing emphasis on excellence they represent for our school and community. Throughout the year, our chapter members serve as role models for other students. In addition addition to the strong academic records that establish their membership eligibility, they serve several different communities through many activities. They have been involved in citywide events such as beach cleanups and working at the Pregnancy Center's resale store. Many serve in their churches and various ministries, and they have helped here at Annapolis with such things as helping athletic events and the fall dance. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members who bring new energy to support the continuing work of NHS members.
At this time, we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the Annapolis Christian Academy, chapter of the National Honor Society, has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. Honor can be defined in different ways, but the National Honor Society has chosen 4 specific traits: scholarship, service, leadership, and character as making up honor. Some senior members of our NHS chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates and lead them in the pledge.
Scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education only ends with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life that leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Gandhi said, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever."
Leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. In the words of John Maxwell, leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others.
Service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to create a better tomorrow. Dieter F. Smith said, "As we lose ourselves in the service of others, we discover our own lives and our own happiness."
Character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that with it which no one can respect oneself or hope to retain the respect of others. This force of character guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is a product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. Dr. Steve Marabali said, "The truth of your character is expressed through the choice of your actions."
At this time, will the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and will always maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you. And now, as your name is called, please come to the stage to sign the official chapter register and to receive your pins. Please pause for a photo and then return to your seat. Kevin Bird. Josh Cavazos. Isabel Chavez. Sarah Cotton. Bailey Easter. Vanessa Hughes. Sabrina Lobina. Emily Martinez. Cameron Mills. Shai Olvera.
Welcome all new NHS members. We would like to invite those new members and their families to join current NHS members to a reception immediately following the ceremony in the lobby outside of the chapel.
And now please welcome our head of the school, Mr. Travis Lockyer, who will offer congratulatory remarks to the new members.
Would you please join me in a word of prayer? Lord, we're thankful for virtue, for honor, for character, for leadership, and for students that are striving to exemplify those things. Be with them and bless them, and that you would watch over our NHS society, that they would be a student body and a student group that would seek to serve you and serve others. We're thankful for this recognition and the blessing of it. We ask all this in your name. Amen. Again, I would like to welcome all of the new NHS members and their families and current NHS members for a short reception in the lobby. And thank you for attending the NHS chapel. With that, you are dismissed. If you are not an NHS member, you have to go to class. So, all right. Thank you. You are dismissed.